Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to process our analysis services model from the Azure Data Factory. So let me show you, there are a few things we will be doing in this demo. First of all, what I have here, I have this SQL database, that's Azure SQL DB, and this has one table called total sale. That's the database I use in model. So my model is fed from this table. Now, how to create the model, how to fed from the source database and all that you can watch in the previous video. That's a lengthy video I created. And now in this one, what we are going to do, we are going to use the Azure Data Factory to process automatically. So here is my analysis services server. That's where we are, and you go to manage here, and then we have a different models here. One of the models is called the AAS, analysis services sale data model. Okay, so we can connect to this by using SSMS. So here there are multiple ways you can connect. You can open in Excel, Power BI, and Visual Studio, but in my case I'm going to connect to the analysis services server in SSMS. So you will copy this path right here, then go to your SSMS, and then you will open and say analysis services, and here you will provide that URL. So once you provide that URL, it also select universal with FMA. That's going to be your multi-factor authentication, and then a username. So once you do that, you will be able to connect. That's how I am connected right here. And you can see my models here. You can see AAS sales data model, and here if you further go into connections, it will tells you which database is used as a connection to feed this model. So in this case, the TechBrother database is used. And then we can go to the tables, and here in the tables we have a total sale. To see the data in this model or table, what I did, you right click here, new query, and select the DAX. You can do MDX or MLA or whatever. In my case, I did the DAX, and then what we did, we just copy this query, and I say evaluate total sale. That's my table name right here, and then that's it. You can see the data. So it has a starting ID from 2 and go all the way to the 11. So that's how our setup is. What we want to do, whenever people keep writing the data to the Azure SQL DB, that's fine every day, and then maybe by end of the day we would like to process our analysis services model, so we can get the latest data into the model, and then reports can be written from this model. How we do that? So the very first step we have written right here is you need to create ADF service principal. How you do that? You need the app ID, and then you need a tenant. So this is something you are going to build. So it is going to we are going to put something like this right there, and then here you are going to provide the application ID of Azure Data Factory. So let's go to the Azure Data Factory here. I'm going to open a separate portal. So for the Azure Data Factory, here is my Azure Data Factory, TechbrothersIT ADF, and then what I will do, I will go to the here in the properties. See right there are properties. So once I go to properties, I'm going to see this all information what I needed. So first of all, if you remember, I need an application ID. See right there. So I can copy. I can come to the document back and just paste this application ID there. And then what I need and I'm going to put at the rate, and here I need a tenant. So I'm going to go back to the portal here and look for the tenant. So manage run tenant right there. So I can copy this and just paste it there in the document. Now what you will do with this guy, so here's the thing, you need to add this ADF service principal to the your Azure server, Azure analysis services server. So but there is one thing, I mean it will be great if they would have it right here, so we can simply go here and add it, but you can't really do that. So if I go to the connection strings, I'm not seeing anything like that here. If I go to firewall, I'm not gonna see something like that. So it's I try to find it, but it's not available anywhere where I can go simply add the user right there. Okay, so that's one of the problem. So right here it's not there, like simply you can go and add it. So to add this guy, what you need to do, right here, see analysis services admins. So under the analysis services admin, I should be able to add, right? So if I will try to add here this guy, so it's not finding it. Okay, so that's why I'm not able to add. So to add this, what I got to do, I got to go to the SSMS, and here I'm gonna go to the my analysis services, go to properties, and here I will go to security. Under security, I'm going to add, and here I will log in. Once I log in, I'm going to add the manual entry right there. So I'm going to paste it there and then hit add. Now you see that it came right here, and now hit OK. And after, okay, what it is, the user or application, the object not found in Azure Active Directory. One more thing can be done here. I believe I should add my Azure Directory to the managed identity first, and then add this part. Okay, so let me wait for it. Let's go back right here, and then in this case, I was thinking it should be here, but anyways, it's not. It did not let me add. So I'm gonna go to the analysis services, go to the access control, and here I'm going to go to the add new role assignment, and then I'm going to search for a contributor, and then hit next, and go to the managed entity, and then select my Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory here, once I add that, now hit assign. Now I have added my Azure Data Factory as managed entity here in the under the analysis services. So let's see if after doing that it will let us add this guy. So hit OK. Still I'm getting this error. Okay, let me go back here, and oh, we needed this guy, app colon with it. That's the problem. Okay, so we need to copy the entire thing. So I should have actually put this one in Notepad first. So I should once I do Notepad here, put it there. So that should do it, because now I can see that right there. So I'm going to copy, and that should do it. Okay, so let's go to the SSMS again, and here right click on the server, properties, go to the security, and go to the add, and now add manual entry, paste, add, and hit OK. See right there, app colon was missing, so that was the problem. Once that is done, we should be all good. We can go and see the properties again, and under the security, we are seeing this guy right there. Now we are fine there. Let's go back here in the Azure Data Factory, sorry, in the analysis services, and now we are gonna go to the analysis services admins, and you can see right there. I mean, I wish they would just simply let you add from here, but that's not possible. So you have to do that step from the SSMS, and make sure you are gonna follow this app colon, then provide that information. So this is the one I missed. I even had it there, see right there, app, and then application ID. So I missed this part when I was copying pasting, so it was giving me error. Now I have already added Azure Data Factory as a managed entity in my analysis services. That's good. And then you're going to build this URL. So we are going to go to the Azure Data Factory and create our pipeline, and we will build this URL. So let's go to the Azure Data Factory first, and now here go to the Azure Data Factory. Once you are in Azure Data Factory, we will go to the pipelines here, author, and then go to the add pipeline, new pipeline, and in the new pipeline I'm going to bring a web activity. In the web activity, the URL has to be built, right? So that's the URL I was talking about in the document. So see right there. So I'm going to copy this URL there, and then just replace the items of what I need here. So I'm going to put it right there, and you can see, first of all, I need a region. So I know that in my region is East US. Okay, how do I know that? I can go right here and go to my analysis services, and here I can see that East US. Okay, so that's what I need. Second part, I'm going to just copy that for the sake of what I need, so I can copy paste from there. And right here I need a server name. So what is my server name? So here this is going to stay as it is, the rest of that, and then you have server name right there where it says, right? So our server name is AAS Tech Brothers, right? So analysis services Tech Brothers, so I'm going to copy and paste right there. And then your model, so in the model name, so we are going to go and copy the model name. So we can go back here, and our model name is AAS sales data. We can copy, and you can go also go to the portal, go to manage here, and in the manage you have these model names right there, so you can copy from here as well. Okay, so your choice wherever you want to copy. Okay, so that should do it. And now we are all good here. And then under that, after that, you are putting refreshes. Okay, that's what needed. So you're going to copy this and bring it to your Azure Data Factory here. And in the Azure Data Factory, you are going to paste in the URL. Now here you will be seeing post, and then you will be providing some more information. In the body, you will be providing this information. So depending on your type of processing, you want to do full processing or incremental or all that. So there is plenty of options available. So you change according to your need. In my case, I'm going to go with the full. Okay, so you see right there, that's what we have right there. And next, what we are going to do, we are going to use auto resolve with integration runtime. And then in the authentication, I'm going to use manage identity. In the resources, what you're going to do, you're going to paste this link. Okay, so it is https colon // asterisk means everything Azure AS, so it means analysis services azure.windows.net. Okay, so that's what you're going to paste. So bring it right there. I will put all that information in the description so you can use it. Now we should be good to go, and we should able to execute. So if I go ahead and execute, it's going to process my cube. Sorry, I said it's going to process my queue because I'm an old guy who came from analysis services, where we have analysis service cube. So it is going to process my model. Okay, so that is failing, and let's see what happened here. So we can see it is saying that parameter 1, so unauthorized, and what could be the issue here? Root activity ID message. So we are maybe missing something here. So let me see what we are missing. So let me go back right there and take a look. So this is a totally weird error, and it says unauthorized subcode message internal error stamp this, and this is telling us HTTP code 400 root activity message. So it means that somehow it's not able to get to this guy, so that's a problem, right? And we have added that in the if we go to the right here in the let me actually let's take a look from there. So on the portal, if there is any problem with that, so I'm going to the, let me go right here to the analysis services, and then we need to see what exactly happened here. So we are going to go to the analysis services admins and see right there. One thing I noticed here, I have a space right here that might be causing it. So I can do one thing. I'm gonna use the same guy, okay? Because this is I need, and I'm gonna go to SSMS, and here I'm gonna right click, go to properties, and then go to security. See right there, I'm seeing the space here too, so that could be causing it. I can remove this, and then I'm gonna add and go manual here and paste. This time I'm going to come close to this guy and remove space. So I have no space. So app colon, and then I have app ID at the rate, and then I have tenant ID. Okay, so there is no space between any of them. Add and hit OK. Now what's going to happen? Now we should be refreshing this, and that should be fine. Now I'm going to go back here in the our let me close this and go back to the analysis services again. Here analysis service segments, and now we don't have space here. So I hope that will fix the issue. So let's go to the Azure Data Factory here, and let's execute now. Now this finger crossed, I'm already, oh wow, it completed successfully in 3 seconds. So now we can go and take a look. This is not going to give us a whole lot of information here, but what we can do, we can play with it. Now, if you guys remember that, if I go to the SSMS and say evaluate the total sale, it returns me these records. So I can maybe delete few of them. Let's say where ID is equal to 2 and 3. So I can go to the right here and in my Azure SQL DB, and I can delete maybe another where it said 2. Just put 2 value there, and then maybe I can insert some records if I want. So let me see if I have this guy right there, and if I'm gonna double it, insert into, and I'm going to take the same records and push it back. So now I have total records. If you want me to see, we can select entire data set here, and this has how many records it has. I cannot read it here. So does it say somewhere total records? But it has like 19 or something records total. So we can do count star here if we want to do that. But there is no data for ID2. Okay, so that's fine. So there are total 18 records, and there is no data for ID2. So now if you guys right here, you see that notice here we don't have 18 records. These are 10 records total. Okay, so we have to process our model to get that data. So how we are going to process? We are going to run our Azure Data Factory pipeline, maybe on schedule sometime, and this is going to get the data from our Azure SQL DB and put into the our Azure analysis services model. So see right there is processing right now, and let's refresh. It took 13 seconds, so it's got completed. Now let's go back to our SSMS and execute this statement, evaluate the total sale, and now we should see, let's see what we have here. Still we have the same number of records, and this could be because of the multiple reasons. One of the reason we have, we are not doing this should refresh and get us all those records, right? So we are doing full. So let me copy from my other pipeline. Actually, let's wait for a couple of seconds. It might have already. Okay, yeah, that worked. We didn't have to do anything. Actually, it was just a time it was taken to process that. Because what happened here in the pipeline, you're going to see like, oh, it processed right away. It took just maybe a second because this is just a command we are setting to process it. The cube itself is going to take some time to process it, right? Sorry, the model itself is going to take some time to process it. Now, if we go back here and let's say if I go to the Azure SQL right here, and then I can insert these records. So instead of 18, so now it's going to be 36, and then another 18, so 72. So we are now we have more records. So you can see right there, and so now we have 72 records. So if I go back here, sorry, not here. If I go back here and I can execute this statement, so this is going to work just fine. Go to Data Factory here and execute. So what happened? This is going to run right away. So this might have finished in like 2 seconds, but that does not mean that our model will be refreshed right away. It will take time to extract all the data from the Azure SQL DB and put into the model. Okay, so see right there. Okay, so now it is in progress, and you can see that in 4 seconds got completed. But that does not mean that data is right away there. So if we have a small data set, but people has 20 GB, 30 GB, and all that, they will have to wait for it while the cube get processed, model get loaded from the source. So a few more things. Instead of right here you have post, you can always use get, and now if we run this, this is going to tell us the status and all that. So you can see what exactly is happening. So most of the time what people refresh ID, so you can go right there and take a look on the refresh if it is completed or not completed and all that. So it kind of give you information. You can all extract that information and totally see the process has been completed successfully or not, because this Azure Data Factory is this time is not the time of processing the data in the module. This is just to initiate data. So that's important to understand. Sometimes you might just do it, initiate it, and then what will happen? It might fail, so you have to check in the next activities if the process has been completed successfully, and then send an email or reprocess it. So but this is how you will start the process of refreshing your model from the source data. So let's go back here in the SSMS, and then you can take a look. Now this data has been refreshed. So this all data came from our Azure SQL DB to the model. So let's do the last test, in which what I would like to do, I would like to delete everything, and I'm going to delete everything, and just where id is not equal to 3. Okay, so we are deleting everything, but we are leaving the records, few records where id is equal to 3. Okay, so we have 8 records now. Now we can go back here. You can see the data if you want. It's just same data with id 3. See right there. And now if I can go back to the my pipeline, debug, and what it's going to do is going to start. Okay, completed in 3 seconds. Now let's go to SSMS and take a look. That was pretty quick, and it got refreshed. So whatever the data, it deleted in the model and only had the data from the source. So these were the records that we had in this Azure SQL DB. So I hope you will learn something out of this, and some problems I face. So you will face maybe or at least solve them quickly by watching this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will go ahead and put all these codes and everything in the description, so you can use them wherever you need. Just make sure you don't have space after this guy. So see right there, there is no space. So if you put space, you are going to get the same error what I was getting. Thank you very much, and I will put all these scripts there so you can use.